Hey Wilderness Skills students, this is Mr. Harding. I wanted to make you guys a little video on some of the stuff that we've talked about. You'll see here I have my journal, and I just wanted to go through our first lesson again with you guys really quickly. You remember this survival acronym where each letter has a meaning? Okay, I'm going to show you guys why it's important to keep a journal right here. Okay, this is my journal. Size up the situation. Use all your senses. Remember where you are. Vanquish your fears. Improvise. Value living. Act like the natives. Live by your wits. And remember, attitude is the #1 most important component of survival. Okay? Right here from my journal. Okay? We can all be keeping that in mind right now during this tough time that everyone's going through. Okay? Keep in mind what's right in front of you and handling what's right in front of you, and you'll tend to be a little bit calmer in your mind, and you'll tend to know what to focus on in the short term. Okay? So that was just a really quick review and proof as to why it's important to hold on to your journals. Okay? So I wanted to take you guys through a short plant walk. This is my house here. I live near Rice University. I'm going to take you through a couple of trees that are just right here in my yard, and I'll tell you how some of them can be used and why it's important. Okay, I'm going to turn my camera around here. This tree right here is called a Yaupon holly. You guys probably have these in your neighborhood. They're in Oak Forest. They grow up just like this. Here's how you can tell that you have a yaupon as opposed to something like a possum haw, which it looks exactly like. The difference between possum haw and yaupon is, watch what happens to the leaf when I bend it. See how it breaks right in half there like that? That lets you know that you're looking at a Yaupon holly instead of a possum haw. Possum haw is poisonous. Yaupon holly, if you toast these leaves gently and then boil them in water, it can make like a caffeinated beverage, kind of similar to coffee. And there's actually a company in Austin that makes a tea out of Yaupon holly. Okay, so I don't want you guys to go around looking for it or try and do that. This is just informational only. Do not try and take this out and decide that you can positively identify plants, okay? This plant right here, this tree right here, is called a Japanese privet. Privet, if you'll notice, some of these straight sticks, see how straight that is? Or see how straight this stick is? Those can be used for spindles for your bow drill kit. You'll notice that the leaves on a privet are oppositely attached. So if I pull down this little leaf stem right here, you can see that the leaves make a pattern that is opposite one another. So you can see right there, that little joint, they are opposing one another, oppositely attached to the stem. That's Japanese privet. So that can be used for a bow drill. So keep that in mind, a bow drill spindle, because you might be getting a video here shortly. Those are both Japanese privets. This is a Carolina Bay laurel. The leaves are oppositely attached, and you can see how that the leaf is kind of shiny, and they are not opposing each other. They are alternately attached. So it's very different than the privet. This here is another laurel species, kind of shiny. It's got some flowers on it right there. You can see that it's oppositely attached. sorry, it's not oppositely attached, it's alternately attached. See how the leaves attach alternately instead of opposing one another on the stem? It's a good way to determine that this is another laurel species. So, I'm going to go back here. Don't mind the kids and the neighbors. This right here is a loquat tree. It's got fruit on it. The fruit is pretty sour and sweet. And that's a useful fodder for food. These leaves are all dead, but this, you can see that even the dead leaves are oppositely attached. This is a pecan tree, but it's a very small, kind of very young pecan tree. It's being shaded out by these loquats right here. This is a Meyer lemon tree. You can see that there's little baby lemons on there. Those will be good by the winter time. And this is oh, look at that molting little lizard right there. See, his skin is kind of coming off. I don't know if you guys can see that in the video. But this is a fig tree. A friend of mine took cuttings from the fig tree at the Manil Park, and we were able to sprout and grow these fig trees, which produce for us a couple times a year. And that is our little 7-minute tree walk. There's lots of there's apps that you guys can download on your phone to figure out what trees are in your neighborhood. I've got one, it's called Picture This, I believe. Picture This. And you can point and shoot it at a tree, and that way you guys will be able to figure out what's going on in your neighborhood. I hope to see you guys soon. Look out for more videos. I look forward to connecting with you guys again soon. Until then, bye.